what we did is we announced for the second quarter ended June 30th a loss of $6.9 million compared to a net loss of $1.9 million in the year previous, which would have been 2009. For that same 6-month period, year to year, in 2010 it was an $8.2 million loss for the 6-month period ended June 30th versus a net loss of $1.8 million a year ago. And principally that net loss reflects large provisions that we've taken to strengthen the bank's loan loss reserve and position the bank for successfully dealing with problem loans that have been identified in the portfolio. Now, there are a couple of quotes here, and I want to read those to you directly because those really did come from my heart and I think reflect what the reality of the situation is. We have carefully reviewed the bank's loans utilizing the assistance of professional loan review teams and have taken the actions necessary to identify and prudently reserve for those problems that were identified. Our desire is to move beyond problem loan recognition and resolution and return the bank to its tradition of sustained profitability. So we have hired a loan review team to come in and really kick the tires. They went through the vast majority of the loans in our portfolio, and when the day was done, the good news is that they didn't make any recommendations to do things to our charge-offs or our loan loss reserve that we hadn't already done, which tells me that our team has been very effective at getting in and scouring the portfolio to identify what we feel to be our significant risk elements or problem loans out there, and then either to charge them off or to take the appropriate reserves for them. And that to me is very good news. It was I think a significant effort that team expended to identify the problem loans. It was a significant decision that management had made prior to their arrival to go through that process on our own and identify what we believe to be the risk and already adjust for it. So the bottom line is we didn't make any adjustments that we were told to. We had already made them. And I think that is a very positive element. And I will tell you that proactivity comes from a general philosophy that we adhere to. Jack Welch said it from GE, control your destiny or someone else will. Our approach has been and will be to be proactive in identifying problems, finding creative ways to resolve them, and more importantly, never taking our eye off the ball of that which is most important to us, which is our customer and our community. That's what we are all about. So I'll read on. Concurrent with the quarter's losses and in conjunction with the company's focus to control costs, we announced yesterday the completion of a reduction in staff initiative and a branch consolidation that will reduce the bank's expenses by over $800,000 per year on an annual basis. So we looked at the entire organization. We've reduced expenses where we felt we could prudently without impairing our ability to do business, and then identified approximately 20 positions that were eliminated. 14 of those were true position eliminations that occurred yesterday. The other 6 will occur as a matter of attrition over a period of time with part-time or seasonal employees whose work will come to an end over a short period of time here in the near future. That, along with the consolidation of our branches here in Coldwater, will result in about between $800,000 and $850,000 of savings a year on an annual basis, which again gives us a little bit more breathing room as we work to resolve the problems that we have had in the loan portfolio. The branch that is being consolidated, we've referred to as our 87 branch. It's the branch on 87 Marshall Street. Up to now, we have had housed there new accounts people to open new accounts, a few tellers, and our commercial loan staff. The commercial loan staff will move in its entirety, and they will be sitting right out in the offices right outside here, us in this room here. So all of commercial lending will be consolidated in this building. The the tellers' positions will be moved over to this branch here, and so that facility will no longer be used as a place to open new accounts or provide teller services, with the exception of the drive-in facility. Many of you are aware of that drive-in building just real close to the 87 branch location. That will remain open, and the 87 branch will be used as a community resource for nonprofit organizations to hold their annual meetings, their monthly meetings. If they want to hold board meetings in there's nice space that we will make available at no cost to the community for nonprofit use, community use. And then we'll continue to use those offices for meetings, and we'll use that facility as a training space for our employees. So, and the ATM that is currently located in that 87 Marshall Street branch location will remain open, so the public can continue to use that. And we'll continue to have tellers there through August 27th so that our customers can adjust to whatever changes they need to make their daily deposits. So, and that will be posted, and our customers will be well informed. And we comment in here, these are the painful but necessary decisions that organizations face in difficult economic times. I think the important comment is the next comment. Now we forge ahead, firm in our resolve to provide the most remarkable community banking available anywhere. We have outstanding employees, beautiful facilities, and a legacy of caring service. We look forward to joining hands with our customers and with the community in helping people achieve success. And I would just reiterate, I have been here about 2.5 weeks. I have met all of the employees. I've worked closely with the senior staff. I've worked closely with the board of directors. I don't think there's a more talented group of people in community banking in the state of Michigan. I've toured all of our facilities. I've worked for a number of community banks, and I've interacted with many more throughout the state of Michigan, and I can tell you that these facilities are as nicely built, well equipped, in as good a location as any configuration of branches that I've seen in the state of Michigan. We have a lot of community banks have a mixture of old and new, effective and ineffective, and I just think we are really fortunate to have a configuration of branches and facilities that are wonderful. And we do have a legacy of caring service. We're known for working with our customers. We're known for our creativity and caring service, and that tradition is going to continue. And we are going to continue to build on a quote that has become dear to me throughout my career, one that I shared last night at an all-employee meeting. It's by an author whose name is Seth Godin. He's the author of a book called Purple Cow. It's worth the reading. It's an interesting book. And he said, you are either remarkable or you are invisible. And if you think about that, if you think about who you bank with, where you go to have your car done, where you eat, for the most part, there's something remarkable about who we do business with, and our goal is to be remarkable. We want our employees to continue to be remarkable. We want our facilities to be remarkable. We want our products and services to be remarkable, because at the end of the day, I don't remember the exact statistic, but an author recently cited how many times the average human is bombarded a day with media, external media, billboards, newspaper, radio, TV, internet, cell phone, and it is in the multiple thousands. And the challenge for any financial institution, frankly any business, whether you're in the media business or the banking business, is how will your organization be remarkable so that it's not invisible? And that's really our quest. We again believe that we have been proactive in identifying the problems. We've taken the large loan loss reserve so that we're adequately prepared to address those problems, and at this point we're looking forward to moving ahead and are optimistic that great times lie ahead for us in the future.